All right, what's up, everybody? So we're going to look at today making sure we can compare numbers properly. And mostly comparing with decimals properly. So, I want to go through and do a couple of examples of comparing numbers. Now, if I gave you something like this, I'm going to say 95 and 950, okay? And I ask you to compare those two numbers, all right? It would be pretty easy to be able to understand, oh, well, I'd rather have 950 than 90 or 95, okay? So I know that that answer to compare those two numbers would be less than. So let's talk about what we would do if they were decimals. So I'm going to give you these three decimals, okay? We're going to say 8/10. We're going to say 9, what is that? Thousandths. Can't even read my number. And then we're going to say 1500ths. Okay. So we have 8/10, 9,000ths, 1500ths. Okay. And we're comparing those decimals. Now, when we do that, the easiest way to do this is to take all of your decimals, okay, and go ahead and just line them down the middle and line up the decimals. So I'm going to do that right now in the same order, but I'm just going to write them vertically here. Okay. So I'm going to say 0.8 for 8/10. I'm going to say 0.009, okay, for 9,000ths. I'm going to say 0.15 for my 1500ths. Now, the reason I do this is because when you have decimals, sometimes they have more digits, sometimes they have less digits, like you see here. I have one that has 1 digit, I have another one that has 3 digits, and I have another one that has 2 digits. So what I want you to do is every time you're doing this, until you get good at it, a good strategy to use would be to take those decimals, okay, and make them all have the same amount of digits, okay? So I'm going to add 2 zeros to the 8. That already has 3. The 9,000ths already has 3, and I'm going to add a 0 to my 1500. So now you see all of my digits have the same amount. All my decimals have the same amount of digits, if I could talk. Okay, it's Friday afternoon, so you got to forgive me a little bit. All right, so now I want to relate it back to what we just did at the beginning of this presentation. Okay, so you're going to go through and you're going to look and say, oh, well, I know that 9 is less than 150, okay, and 9 is less than 800. So that has to be my first number when I'm writing least to greatest. And we're going to write least to greatest here. Okay, least to greatest. So my 9,000ths has got to be, sorry about my pen's being a little crazy there. Okay, so 9,000ths is my smallest number, and I cross that one out. Now, is 800 or 150 the smaller number? Okay, so that means my 1500ths, okay, is going to be the next greatest decimal. Okay, and remember, I could put 1.150, but that decimal here is not needed. So I just automatically scratch it out. It was just a placeholder for us to compare all three. Okay, then I have the 8/10 as my last one. Okay, so these are now in order from least to greatest. And then if I was going from greatest to least, obviously it would be flipped around. Okay, so we went from this, okay, to lining them up vertically with the decimals lined up, fill in so all the decimals have the same amount of digits, okay, and then order it however it needs to be ordered. All right, so let's give you one for you to try on your own here. Okay, so let me give you 3.06, okay, or 3 and 600ths, 33, and 6/10, and 3 and 6/10 again with an extra 0. Okay, so again, pause the video. All right, I want you to try again. Remember, line up the decimal and then see how you do. We're going to go from least to greatest. Okay, least to greatest. All right, so pause the video and try that now. All right, welcome back. So let's see how we do. First of all, doesn't matter what order, I'm going to go ahead and line them all up. Okay, so I got 3.06, I got 33.06, or excuse me, sorry about that, 33.6, and then I got 3.60. Okay, now again, just like I said in the example, okay, we're going to go ahead and fill in to make sure all of them have the same amount of digits. Okay, so we're going from least to greatest. Now, 33 is obviously not the least. Okay, so that one's going to be last. I have 3.06 and I have $3.60 or 60. Okay, so I would rather have $3.06 or excuse me $3.60 over $3.06. Okay, so obviously this is going to be my least, then this one, and then this is obviously my greatest. Okay, again, if you can relate this stuff to money, decimals, that's how you make decimals super easy. Okay, that's another strategy you can use. All right, so line up the decimals, see which ones are working. Let's try one more here. Let's try one more here. Let's go 1.03. Let's go. And then let's try those and let's go from greatest to least this time. Okay, greatest to least. All right, make sure you are lining up the decimals. Okay, so check them. So we're going to say 1.03. All right, I'm going to say 10.002, and I'm going to say 10.02. Okay, now again, you want to make sure that you fill in all your empty spaces so every number can have the same digit. Okay, so I got zeros here. I need to plug in 1 0 there. Everything now has 5 digits. Okay, then you go in and you check. Okay, from greatest to least. So I'm looking for my greater number. So both of these have 10s. Okay, so then I need to look at my decimal. Which one is more, 2 or 20? Okay, so 20 is more. So my first number is going to be 10.02. Then my second greatest number is going to be 10.002. And then last but not least is going to be 1.03. Okay. Hope this video helps, guys. Again, this is comparing decimals. Okay. If you enjoy what you see, make sure you like and subscribe, and like and subscribe if you want to see when I put out the new stuff. All right. Y'all have a good night. Peace.